Chargers win it. Back-to-back game-winning drives.
I was in.
Touchdown's already been called by the near official as he came running in.
Stay frosty and head over to EasyMut.com for the cheapest MUT coins on the market. And when I say cheapest, I mean it. We're talking 1 million coins for around 40 bucks. Use code DIRECTOR for 5% off. Kia ora, brothers. What's up? It's the Director. Chargers fans, take it all in, baby. Are you guys feeling what I'm feeling? Because I'm feeling like it's Victory Friday here on the channel. Oh, this one tastes so sweet. What a wild game, man. We had like 1,000 people in the chat. Primetime football, Justin Herbert. We're getting bombarded by Raiders fans in the chat, too. So I gotta say, this one meant a lot to get away with at the end there, man. The victory, the Chargers. We've been in this situation how many times? The game's on the line. Opponent is driving down the field, and for a majority of the year, we've lost those games. But for the first time this year, I really feel like the Chargers went down the field and actually took it. We grabbed that victory. And honestly, I'm sure a lot of other Chargers fans here on this video, they feel the same way when I say, if we're going to win any other games this year, I think this is probably the biggest one for a lot of Chargers fans. Raiders week is a big deal in the Chargers community, and honestly, it couldn't have gone down any more epic for Chargers fans. And I think this is the last Thursday night football game of the year, and it really did go out in style. Wow, man, what a performance by Justin Herbert. What a performance by this Chargers team as a whole. We're going to get into all the details of this game today, guys. Go over all just the good feels in the Chargers community for what the team did accomplish last night. It's going to be a good one, guys. Before we do get started, as a reminder, I am giving away this Derwin James jersey. All you guys got to do to enter is follow the link in the description and make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Very easy to enter. This is my way of saying thank you to the Bolt fam out there for supporting this channel, guys. Thank you so much. And lastly, the Join My Crew campaign, man. I mean, what a stream yesterday, am I right? If you guys want to join that, support the channel, you'll also get benefits like custom emotes, members only chat, and getting your names in the end credits of my videos. Yesterday was so cool. We had so many members in there, so many crew members come in and really help the stream out. Really, guys, thank you. You guys really allow me to do what I do here on YouTube and stuff like that. These are the moments we live for. So, guys, huge props to you. Well, before we do get in this video, guys, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this content. Small amount of time you guys take to hit the like, sub, and bell notification helps me out a lot. Let's get into this video. Lights, camera, action. The Chargers take down the Raiders at Las Vegas during a division rival week. I mean, guys, this was so good. This was such a good win for Chargers fans. We needed this so bad. But I want to remind you guys kind of the situation we were coming into this game with. This was one that I was very nervous about because of the absences of Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. It seems like these guys were going to be in a snap count, and for the most part, they were. I'm pointing this out because Justin Herbert, who I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me on when I say Justin Herbert really put this team on his back and went and took that win, man. He deserves a lot of credit for our victory on Thursday because honestly, you take a look at his surrounding cast on Thursday, right? His main weapons, Jalen Guyton, Tyron Johnson, these guys really did step up, but I have to ask Chargers fans this because this has been like, I've been thinking about this a lot since last night. If you gave other quarterbacks the weapons that Justin Herbert had on Thursday, could they do the same things that Justin Herbert did? I think there's very few quarterbacks in the league that could. You know, you give Tua, Jalen Guyton, and Johnson, is he going to perform as well with those weapons? Likely not. You give Kirk Cousins those same guys, is he going to perform as well? Likely not. There's only a handful of guys in the league where I would trust with these wide receivers to elevate them to the level to win a game like that. And that's probably like Patrick Mahomes, you know, maybe guys like Aaron Rodgers. If we're talking rookies, maybe Joe Burrow. It's really special what we saw with Justin Herbert and what he accomplished with the pieces that he had coming into Thursday night. So taking a look at the box score from last night, it was actually a wild ride. The first thing I do want to mention on the Raiders side is the exit of Derek Carr and the introduction of Marcus Mariota. The Raider What a turn of events this week. And I got to give the Raiders props in this department, though, man. Marcus Mariota. Sometimes you see a quarterback leave an organization, leave a team like Mariota did with the Titans, and find success in a new environment. 17 for 28, 226, a touchdown and a pick. That is pretty spectacular for Marcus Mariota. And on top of that, 88 yards and another score on the ground. I don't think any of us were expecting to see Mariota on the field, let alone see him perform the way that he did. So, I mean, you got to give props where props are due, man. Marcus Mariota looks really good, and this gave Chargers fans a really epic Thursday night game, and NFL fans in reality, everybody was kind of shocked at what we were seeing. It was the two former Oregon Duck quarterbacks, superstar Oregon Duck quarterbacks. A lot of people in my chat were calling this the Duck Bowl after Marcus Mariota entered onto the field. So this was a really fun game to watch. Both these Oregon, legends coming together in a huge clash, a huge battle. Ultimately, the Chargers taking the win. But I think a lot of people very surprised from what we saw in Marcus Mariota. We don't know if he's going to stick around with the Raiders after this year, but if he doesn't, he should have some teams, giving him his agent a call, trying to get him on their team, because man, did he look good versus the Chargers last night. But the Vegas Raiders, as good as they looked, maybe on offense, their defense was absolutely atrocious, and you can absolutely see that with Justin Herbert, 22 for 32, 314 and 2 touchdowns, as well as 4 and 14 on the ground with another touchdown. This was a great week for Justin Herbert. As a matter of fact, you could call this the Justin Herbert primetime spectacular with how he performed this week. I was so impressed, man. Again, this is a very tender timing moment for the Chargers fans. The Chargers fans as a whole, we've been through so much this season, so much uncertainty coming into this season, losing Phillip Rivers, a fan favorite, a guy we've been watching for 15 years, and all of a sudden this kid, Justin Herbert, falls in our lap at the draft, and he's doing stuff like this. How lucky are we as a fan base? How lucky are we to not be stuck in a quarterback carousel for 10 years like we've seen with other organizations? I had people in my chat last night telling me they were Washington football team fans and they haven't had a good quarterback for like 3 decades. The Chargers, we didn't even have to wait one offseason to get another superstar quarterback on our team. And we saw fully what his potential could be going to 2021 last night versus the Raiders in hostile territory, in prime time versus a division opponent. This is really insane what we're seeing from Justin Herbert, guys. Chargers fans, you couldn't be more excited from what we're seeing in our brand new rookie quarterback than what he put up last night. And really the reason I say that Justin Herbert really put this team on his back and won the game, he deserves most of the credit. Austin Eckler looked pretty good on the ground, but not great. They really did a good job of taking him away. Kellen Ballage, he did get the touchdown, but still 8 for 11 yards. These Raiders came to play versus the run. And like I mentioned, his receiving weapons. Who would have thought Justin Herbert puts up the numbers that he puts up this week with guys like Jalen Guyton, Tyron Johnson, KJ Hill, all of these guys, man, you put them on any other squad, are they going to perform like this? 4 for 91 for Jalen Guyton, 3 for 61 and a touchdown for Tyron Johnson, 3 and 39 for KJ Hill. These are some pretty big boy numbers, man, and these guys, as much as I love them, they would either be practice squad members or depth pieces on most other team, and Justin Herbert turned them into game-winning stars last night. And of course, we do got to get props to, our superstars in Hunter Henry, 5 for 65 and a touchdown. Great week for him. Definitely contributed there. And Keenan Allen, who definitely was on a snap count last night, 1 for 17. Pretty tragic if you were starting him in fantasy like I was. But still, these numbers with these names speak volumes to the talent of Justin Herbert. I could not be more proud of him in that department. On the flip side, the Raiders. Their offense looked really good. Like I mentioned, their defense was pretty terrible. But Marcus Mariota, we already talked about him. Crazy good game by the former Oregon Duck. Josh Jacobs, 26 carries. I did not realize how many times he carried the ball, but for 76 yards and a touchdown. I will say the Chargers looked pretty atrocious in the first quarter, but after something clicked in the second quarter, and I noticed a lot more stuffing right at the line of scrimmage. Got Linval Joseph. We had Jones in there for a couple of plays. Joey Bosa got a nice stop or two. It was a really nice defensive, effort by the Chargers versus an elite talent like Josh Jacobs. He still put up 76 and a touchdown, but when you take 26 carries from Josh Jacobs, I expect these numbers to be a lot higher. So good job by the Chargers in holding them back there. As for the receiving, though, holy cow, Darren Waller, 9 for 150 and a touchdown. Great week for him. Marcus Mariota throws an absolute dot right in the breadbasket for Darren Waller deep for a long 35-yard touchdown. This was a pretty good game for him, man. It's going to be tough stopping him in the future. Hopefully when we get Derwin James back, we can hold the Raiders down a little bit better. But outside of that, man, pretty decent numbers, for Marcus Mariota with what he he was working with here, but this Darren Waller target, this is what happens when you got an elite tight end like Darren Waller on your team. Guys like Marcus Mariota can definitely still succeed with a guy like Waller. But in the end, the Chargers did get the victory over the Raiders, and again, most of the credit going to Justin Herbert. His Rookie of the Year campaign, his Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign, could not be stronger right now. Justin Herbert last night tied the all-time rookie record for most touchdowns in a single season, formerly held by Baker Mayfield at 27. Justin Herbert is now at 27 as well, and he still has 2 more games to put up a couple more touchdowns. I think Justin Herbert, realistically, is probably going to end the year in around 31, 32 touchdowns, and that is absolutely fantastic. That gives him a lot of padding to hold on to that record for many years to come. He's going to need it next year with Trevor Lawrence coming into the NFL. Hopefully, somewhere around 30 to 32 touchdowns can hold that record down for him. But one more huge thing that happened last night, which really, honestly, when I took a look at this page, it almost brought tears to my eyes. Justin Herbert, okay? The guy's been playing around a game behind the rest of the league this season. Let me actually move this a little bit for you guys. Here we go. We'll actually use this page here. For the first time this year, we actually get to see what Justin Herbert's numbers would look like if he played the same number of games as everybody else. Because he played on Thursday night, he now has 13 games under his belt like everybody else in the top 10. Justin Herbert coming into this week was right here where Tom Brady is at number 11 with only 12 games played as compared to everybody else here on the list. How insane is this? Our boy, Justin Herbert, is now the number 2 quarterback in the league when it comes to passing yards in the NFL. Above Deshaun Watson, above Aaron Rodgers, above Russell Wilson. Here's our guy, Justin Herbert. How cool is that, Chargers fans? On top of that, 27 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. This guy's, among the league's elite quarterbacks in his rookie year, number 2 in the season just behind Patrick Mahomes. I cannot reiterate this enough. Chargers fans, we lucked out. We lucked out hard. We have the number 2 quarterback in yards this year, and he's only going to get better going into the future. Okay? A couple more significant things with the statages here. 27 touchdowns does tie the record. He's probably going to break it next week versus the Broncos. The yardage, 3,781. The current record for the most yards in a single season by a rookie quarterback is currently held by Andrew Luck at 4,374. Justin Herbert, with 2 games left to play, is already at 3,781. He's likely going to break the touchdown record, and now it's looking like he still has a shot at beating the yardage record held by Andrew Luck as well. Herbert needs right now at this moment 593 yards in his next 2 games to break that record. Justin Herbert realistically does have a chance to be the best quarterback of all time when it comes to rookies, and he's doing it all with 1 less game played than everybody else. We knew Justin Herbert was going to have a big game between this week and next week. He did get one big one this week, which means he'll need to average 296 yards in his next 2 games to break that record. And honestly, you take a look at his average here, he definitely has a shot at this, guys. What a huge week for Justin Herbert, and what an awesome feeling for Chargers fans knowing that we're going to have this guy as our franchise quarterback for the next 15 years. We finally have the guy that can compete with Patrick Mahomes, and it's definitely put on display this week as Mahomes and Justin Herbert are the number 1 and 2 spot in quarterback rankings. Bravo, man, bravo. Now, I do have a special guest I want to bring on the show today, guys. As you know, one of my best buds, Trumpet Monkey, is a Raiders fan, and we agreed before the game even started that I wanted him to come on the show and kind of give his perspective on the game, win or loss. Now, of course, we got the win this week, so let's see how the Raiders fans are holding up. Let's bring in Trumpet Monkey for a moment.
Right there, Raiders. G'day, director. My best mate. Dirty, bloody Kiwi Charger fan, you. Congratulations, an instant classic. Probably 2 of the most entertaining NFL games. They're top 10 this year in terms of division rivalry. Played each other like 130 times or something insane like that, and then insanely close finishes. I'm a massive Herbert fan. I love you. I'm in a lot of pain today as a Raiders fan, which should bring your diehard YouTube subscribers a lot of joy to see the pain, the infinite tears of sadness in my face. You're like Eric Cartman. You want to get up and just lick the tears. But it was a great game. You won, and I will now accept whatever punishment you deem fit on my Twitter for the next week. Oh my God. Be gentle with me. Mind you, I wasn't gentle the last time roles were reversed, shall we say. So, mate, congrats. We can still make the playoffs, but I don't think we're going to. And future looks bright there. I think you need a new head coach. You and I have been saying that for a long, long time. Damn if Herbert isn't awesome. Reminds me of Brad Pitt from Spy Game as well. He's a handsome young devil. But Raider Nation will grow stronger from this. And as much as it pains me to say, bolt up, mate.
What a good sport, man. If you guys want to see that clip I rolled at the beginning of the show, I made Trumpet Monkey pin that on his Twitter. So you can find it on my Twitter and his Twitter. Good wager and good win by Chargers fans. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about very briefly in regards to this win is the draft order. A lot of Chargers fans wondering what repercussions this has for the draft. For me, I'm not really thinking about it right now. Justin Herbert getting momentum, gaining confidence, developing as a quarterback is more important to me than a top 5 pick. But for the guys who are curious, here is the current draft order. The Chargers did drop from 4 to 9, but again, we played Thursday night. It's likely a lot of these guys are probably going to lose this game. So I think the Chargers probably end up somewhere between 5 and 8 after Sunday. Realistically, I'm kind of betting they're around 6. But still, like I mentioned before, and I think a lot of Chargers fans felt this way on Sunday too. There's some people that are saying we should lose out the rest of the year to get a better draft pick. I get the logic in that. When you're watching on Sunday, the Chargers are driving down. We're against the Raiders. We got division opponents for the rest of the year. I think all that draft stuff goes out the window for most fans. We want to win. We want to see Justin Herbert succeed. Want to see him break records. And so wherever we end up, in the draft, the Chargers will be just fine. We have Justin Herbert. We got cap space to work with next year. So as far as draft picks, we're still probably going to have a top 10 draft pick by the end of the year. And you add that on top with Justin Herbert, Chargers' future is still looking really bright. Well, Chargers fans, in the comment section below, I want you guys to post your favorite moments from last night. Whether it was that huge bomb to Jalen Guyton or it was in the goal line, I was in. Let me know some of your favorite moments from last night. And as well, let me know how you think the game next week is going to pan out versus the Broncos. I will be putting out my pre-game show at the same time next week, likely on Friday, in preparation for our face-off with the Broncos, who we do play against at home on December 27th. Well, guys, it's been a great one today. Remember to hit up the description if you want to enter for a chance to win that Derwin James jersey while considering joining my crew. Guys, thank you so much for everything you do on this channel. Really, you guys are such an amazing community. I'm so honored to be able to represent Chargers fans, give them the voice here on YouTube. And honestly, with Justin Herbert leading the charge, I feel so optimistic for the future and for Chargers to come out with more wins like this in the 2021 season. Well, guys, if you like what you saw here, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. Thank you guys again so much for joining me. This has been The Director. We'll see you next time. And as always, bolt up and stay frosty.